who asks, since we have rovers for some of the constellations and maybe other ships as well, will there be different sizes, say hoverbike, for other options? How big an area do you foresee in game we will be able to use these rovers to explore? Or if you don't want to give a rough early ballpark, how do you foresee us players using them? Well, I definitely think there'll be different kinds of sort of ground transport options. So obviously, there's the the buggy that we've seen in the hangar. There's the rover that we unveiled when we showed off the Aquila version of the Constellation. And I definitely think there will be some smaller ones and some bigger ones and some luxury models. And yeah, kind of the idea is on a longer term basis. We want to build some areas that you can land and you can explore that aren't the same as like landing in a necessarily landing in a sort of busy city spaceport and then you walk around. So perhaps you land in sort of open area of countryside and there's maybe some ruins off in the distance and you get in your buggy and you can drive around and do some exploration. So that's sort of the longer term plan, and that's where some of the sort of procedural work that we're doing some R&D on would help come into play. So I don't know how much of that will be in sort of the very first sort of complete version of the persistent universe, but it would be something that's in the development pipeline, and we would try to get up and running as soon as possible, because having various areas or some PvE exploration and combat down on planets or in sort of derelicts out in space or in abandoned asteroid bases is something that's kind of a high priority for us, because I think it'll just add a lot of texture to the world itself. So it's not just about flying around and space combat, there's other action that's happening. And I think you guys will also be pretty happy with the way Squadron 42 is going to turn out, because it's pretty epic and more than just Wing Commander style flying missions. Okay, next